Alright, this video is very unexpected from me, but it needs to be made. So, as some of you all know, I was in Thailand for about 3 weeks, and I was actually filming like a vlog to document my journey, which I was gonna upload to my other channel. But the last 2 days of this holiday needs to be its own video, and I'm uploading it to my main channel. So because of this style of filming, there's not gonna be so many clips on the first day, but it's still there. On the 4th of August 2024, I was scheduled to return home from Thailand. My flight was at 2:25, and keep in mind, this was my first time traveling solo, so I was still trying to learn the ropes along the way because I didn't have my parents' help or anything.
Alright, first time traveling alone. I'm at the airport now.
Everything was just going normal at first.
Alright, just passed immigration and my flight has no gate.
Usually the gate at the airport opens about 1 hour before the flight departs. But then, this happened.
So, it is currently 1:41 and my gate is still not open.
But I went there anyways.
Look how many people there are.
Eventually the gates opened, and then I was greeted a few minutes later by this.
So, my flight has been delayed by almost 1 hour.
Now, it's worth knowing that my mother was the one that booked the flight, so all of the updates were being sent to her and then she'd follow it to me. So I was left there with nothing to do for an hour. And then a glimmer of hope. My plane arrived.
Whoa, an A330, not a 737. This is unexpected, but a welcome one. Maybe this delay is a blessing in disguise after all.
At this point, I was trying to remain optimistic because while I have flown to Thailand in Malaysia Airlines' A350 before, usually they use the smaller Boeing 737s. But this time they decided to use an A330. To be more specific, 9M MTL, an 11-year-old Airbus A330 owned by Malaysia Airlines. And as a bonus, it's an Airbus, because if it's not Airbus, I'm taking the bus. If it's Boeing, I'm not going, because safety is our #1 priority. Right? Right? But anyways, this is where things got worse.
Flight delayed to 3:30 due to technical faults. It's okay, I'm a wannabe aircraft engineer, so if I have to go down there and fix the problem, I will freaking do it!
Anyways, the flight was delayed until 3:30, and then at 3:30 it was delayed until 4:15, and then at 4:30 it was delayed until 5:30, and then the worst part, at 5:30, the crew got off the flight. But I did manage to ask one of the crews, and he told me the aircraft was being towed to the hangar, and that's when I knew the issues were bad. And according to this Facebook post by this person named CK Liu, the captain said, "This aircraft is not flying, I don't know, ask the ground crew." And then he walked off. Also, keep in mind, during this 3-hour period, we were not allowed to leave the gate, so I was just left there pacing back and forth for 3 hours straight with nothing to do. Now, of course, passengers were furious. But that's still not the worst part. At about 5:40, we were instructed to change gates.
It's 5:40, the gate has changed, the aircraft is still delayed, I haven't taken off yet.
Now, it's worth knowing that at this point, my phone battery was getting kinda low, so I couldn't film too much more. But at 7:30, this happened.
The flight just cancelled. It is currently 7:30.
Wow, and you can even see the swarm of passengers everywhere. And again, this was my first time traveling solo, let alone experiencing a flight cancellation. But, while frustrating, from the point of a wannabe engineer, I understand, okay? If an aircraft is not airworthy, it is not airworthy. In fact, I applaud the ground crews and engineers for deciding this issue is too big, so instead of rushing, let's just cancel the flight. Because I know far too many plane crashes caused by either poor maintenance or people rushing to get the plane in the skies. Anyways, we then got this apology letter, which I don't know what this is supposed to do. We were trapped at the gate for another 1.5 hours with no MAS staff in sight. The Thai crews were really working hard to try and get everything aligned because apparently the MAS office was closed and Malaysia Airlines themselves was not responding. Keep in mind, during this 1.5 hour period, we had no clue what to do or what was gonna happen. But I mean, when I look at this from the point of the crews, I understand as well where they're coming from. They have no idea what's going on, Malaysia Airlines is not responding, and now they need to call up a hotel that's willing to house up to 277 people, while also discussing with immigration about how they're gonna get us back into the country and then get our bags and all that. Eventually, at about 9 PM, they finally told us that they were gonna take us to a hotel. Except, this is how they gave the instructions. Dude, can you hear anything? Nope. Okay, guys. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Our savior! Oh yeah, some of us passengers had to help them out, but you know what? It was kind of fun.
Ooh, there's a lot of people here. Let's help the airport out by screaming out the numbers that they need to call.
27, 28, 29, 20, 27, 28, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, Yeah. Too many languages, too many languages. I speak 5 languages, it's too many. Let's go, let's go. Yes, regard yourself. No social anxiety. Yeah. Confidence, yes. Yeah. Ooh.
Now what we would do is this. On your boarding pass, if you look at your seat, there's a number. We were calling out this number, and everybody who has that number will come to the front to exchange the passwords for this thing called a deposit card. I have several things to say about this. First of all, why are we screaming the numbers? Was there no megaphone? Or what about the PA system? I mean, it was kind of soft, but it was working. And secondly, let's be real, we don't want to give up our passports, but apparently we had to because we had already left the country and we cannot undo that. So we just reluctantly gave our passports to the immigration officer. Now, the way this card works is, if you look down here, you can see a number. In my case, 84. And then they would call out that number, and then we would go and gather all at the front, and then they would take us to collect our bag. Eventually, we made it though, only to be greeted by the fact that our bags had been left sitting in the rain because it had been raining. Ah, all the bad luck coming together. And it was around this time that the passengers actually formed a group chat. After that, I don't know how this works, but the business class passengers and some other passengers managed to get a flight for 6 AM the next day. And those passengers went to another hotel while majority of us, including me, went to Miracle, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that hotel. But again, the instructions were given like this. Bro, I still can't hear anything, man. Yeah, I know, right? But after that, finally, 4 hours after our flight was cancelled, we were on our way to the hotel, and then we managed to get our... At this point, it's not dinner, it's more of a midnight snack.
Okay, we at the restaurant because it's freaking 1 AM.
And then once that was over, we managed to get some sleep.
And this is my room. I am tired, man. Well, I have the whole room to myself.
We had received news that our flight was now 1 PM the next day. So what happened? Yes, we were delayed to 6 PM. Meanwhile, there were also like 7 Malaysia Airlines flights to Malaysia the same day. Oh yeah, I know this isn't Malaysia Airlines' fault, but I would like to show you all my room.
Yo, this room is also like half functional. Like, check this out. What is this? Okay, don't fall, please, don't fall. Okay, stay. I gotta bring duct tape on my travels next time. And then what is this water pressure? It's so low. What can I do with this? Not only that, the air conditioning remote, it doesn't work. It does nothing. What about the Wi-Fi? Whoa, look at this high-speed internet, man. There's Wi-Fi. Yep, right there. There is Wi-Fi. Oh, there's an exclamation mark there. Beautiful, beautiful. What about the TV? Whoa, I love this slideshow. This is so cool to watch. Oh, man. Oh, it just turned off. Oh, look at that. Whoa.
And apparently, I was not the only one. It's also worth knowing that up till this point, we still didn't have our passports. In fact, some people had actually went to the airport to see if they can get their passports back. And here's a few clips from them.
So everybody seems like very busy. So they're all like talking on phone, but nothing seems to come lah.
And then, after a long, tedious struggle, some of them took up to 4 hours to get their passports back because apparently the immigration officers got their passports mixed up. Some of them were able to change flights and even change the airline and get back to Malaysia safely. And then...
Alright, so the original plan was that our flight would depart at 1 o'clock today. And then they delayed it to 6, and now they delayed it to 8:15.
So a lot of us didn't know what we were gonna do. We were kind of asking each other what they were gonna do, but they also had no clue. So we just decided to sit down and wait it out. And then the hotel called me up and told me that there was gonna be a bus to the airport at 5 PM, so I just went with that.
Okay, it's currently 4 o'clock. And then the supposed shuttle bus is supposed to take us to the airport at 5. So I'm gonna pack up now, and then I'm gonna head down to see what happens. This is so funny to look at. Oh my god. So, I just received news that apparently we're flying on the same aircraft that we were supposed to fly on yesterday. I don't know how I feel about that because, I mean, I hope the aircraft wasn't rushed back into service. But I mean, on the other hand, it's a wide-body aircraft. There's probably about 100 of us left or even less. So,
we have the whole aircraft to ourselves.
And then we were off to the airport!
Alright, we're heading to the airport now. Hopefully no more drama and we can head home. Oh, look at all those aircraft. Look at all those planes. Aviation makes me so happy. Alright, we just arrived at the airport. Hopefully no more drama.
And then once we arrived there, the counter told me that they were gonna change my flight to 781 instead of 789 because 789 still wasn't confirmed yet. Anyways, I couldn't film anything in immigration because I was not allowed to. But once I came out of immigration, it was relatively drama-free.
Okay, we just got our passport and boarding pass back.
I mean, there were a couple of delays.
Boarding at 6:40. Departure 7:40. Time 6:50.
Okay, I'm at the gate now. So, the aircraft is not here yet.
Alright, 7:40 and we haven't started boarding. Alright, we're actually boarding now.
Hello.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. After 30 hours, we are finally on an aircraft. Oh, hello! What's up? Yes, it's good. Let's go. What a privilege! Emergency exit row. Yes. Let's see if we are overloaded. If we can get it off the ground, we're not overloaded. Whoa, we're off the ground. Okay, we're not overloaded. Whoa, we're going through some turbulence. Ho ho ho. I mean, you can't really see it, but you can see the water there shaking. Oh, smooth. Decently smooth. We are in Malaysia! Oh my gosh! Oh.
It is currently almost midnight Malaysia time. Alright, I'm just waiting for my dad to pick me up now.
But yay, I was back in Malaysia. However...
Okay, I just received news. It is currently 12 PM on Tuesday, 6th of August. And apparently, there are still people in Thailand stranded because Malaysia Airlines flight 789D still hasn't taken off yet.
So yeah, flight 789 was subsequently delayed and then cancelled. However, I think nobody is in Thailand anymore because after I landed, I did actually went and ask the group chat. Nobody said that they were still stranded in Thailand, so I'm pretty sure we're all out of Thailand already by the second day. However, the aircraft itself, the A330-9M MTL, as I'm writing this script and filming this video, it is still in Thailand. And now you might be wondering, what did Malaysia Airlines do to compensate us all? Well, we got 3,000 gesture points, which I don't even know what that is, and everybody in the group chat was kind of saying, oh, what a joke this is, so I don't know. Now, I could have ended this video by saying, Malaysia Airlines is a bad airline. Don't fly Malaysia Airlines. But I'm not going to do that. What's the point of this video? What does a 20-year-old content creator who makes stupid skits want to get out of this video? Am I asking for more compensation? No. Did I make this video just to bash Malaysia Airlines? No. The Facebook post by CK Liu highlights this perfectly. We're not mad about the delays. We're not mad about the cancellations. What we're mad about is how you handled the situation, forcing us to stay at the gate for 5 hours and then another subsequent 3 hours after our flight was cancelled. And where were you all? Nowhere to be seen. There was no Malaysia Airlines staff present at all. Because you see, Malaysia is known for its diverse culture and languages. Its different types of food, the friendliness and the hospitality. In fact, the people on flight 789, including myself, still somewhat stay in touch with each other. And along with our weak currency, plus the fact that we speak a lot of English, makes our country a very attractive option for foreigners. And you, Malaysia Airlines, are the first taste of Malaysia that these foreigners are going to get. But if they experienced anything like what I experienced on flight 789, they're going to hate Malaysia before they even step foot in it. It doesn't matter how good the main course and the dessert are if the appetizer tastes terrible. It doesn't matter how good the rest of the story is if the introduction is terrible. If a foreigner were to experience exactly what I experienced on Flight 789, what are they going to think about our country when they arrive? Or even if they arrive? If we're at that point where I, along with 200 other passengers, are not gonna fly our own country's flag carrier again, wouldn't that highlight some serious issues? So please, Malaysia Airlines, if you're watching this, improve, not just for yourselves, but for our whole country, so that we all can grow together. In fact, just as I'm editing this video, I just received more news about more flight cancellations and delays. So this really needs to change, Malaysia Airlines. Also, a sad fact, I lost my tripod on the second day. That tripod meant a lot to me, but well, I'm now gonna buy a new one. Oh yeah, Malaysia Airlines is a bad airline, don't fly Malaysia Airlines.